much damage does an S6 R5 Changli actually do? So we have everything fully maxed out and we'll be testing her out. But if you haven't joined the Discord, please make sure to do so because we're having amazing events coming out in the future, and I'm live basically every single day except for Wednesdays and Thursdays. So if you want to come by and say hi, then I'd be more than happy to have you. Alright, so looking at Changli, I want to quickly show you guys exactly what we have. So again, thank you so much for Malachi for letting me use your account so that I can actually review the S6R5 Changli. We have 56% crit rate with a 291% crit damage with a massive 2800 attack, and we have the Blazing Brilliance at rank 5 with level 90 of course. And looking at the echoes, we have basically everything maxed out. However, we have the fusion damage bonus plus the attack percentage because it's known that it's actually slightly better. And finally, we have the double cost ones, which has the attack percentage, and you can also see that we don't have double crit on everything, so there definitely is potential to do even more damage, but for the most part, this is more than enough to test her out. We also have the Forte, where we have everything leveled up except for the normal attack and the intro skill, but for the most part, we should be good to go because we have everything in the S6 as well. We do know that we get an extra 25% crit rate for the S2, which means that a 56% crit rate automatically goes to an 85% crit rate. We're going to comprise of 3 different teams. So the first one is going to be Changli by herself. The second team is going to be Changli, Yinlin, and reina. And finally, the third team is going to be Changli, Mortefi, and reina. And we'll see exactly how much damage each of them do. We're going to be testing it out in the Tower of Adversity, and we'll be doing the Hazard Tower. If the Hazard Tower proves to be too difficult, then we can always switch to the other ones. We're going to try to fight the Impermanence Heron, and then we'll fight with the one and only Changli. We can select Changli as the sole team. Alright, I'm kind of curious myself too to see. Okay, let me restart again. Let's try to build the Forte circuit as quickly as possible. Which I actually did not mean to spam both of them because we weren't able to get the true sight for the first one, but that's okay. Let's try again, and we'll use the Resin skill again to get the third Forte circuit. And finally, we have the Forte circuit. So, using the Forte circuit, we do 125,000 with the crit rate. So, without a team, she does a lot of damage already, and using the ultimate, we do around 157,000 damage. Using the Forte circuit again, we can see that she does, she did 30,000 damage, which definitely isn't normal. However, that's kind of the potential that you can see with Changli by herself. Now, let me move on to the next team because I don't want to keep dying over and over again. Okay, so now let's move on and refight the Impermanence Heron with a fully built team. So we're going to have Changli as the main DPS, we're going to have Yinlin as the support DPS, and we're going to have reina as the support. Let's start the challenge once again, and we're going to try to proc Yinlin and reina's outros so that we can boost Changli's damage as much as possible. So starting off with the reina, we can try to build up her outro skill as quickly as possible. And then once we have an outro skill, we can swap into Yinlin. We can build up the Sinnoh's Mark as quickly as possible. Now that we have the Sinnoh's Mark, we can ultimate. That's going to boost Changli's ultimate as well. And we'll swap into Changli. So we'll quickly see exactly how much damage she does. So let me build up the maximum Forte. We are very close to getting the maximum Forte. So now with the maximum Forte, she does 191,000 damage. With the ultimate, she does 265,000 damage, and with another Forte skill, we did 150,000 damage. That's a lot of damage. she's definitely, she's definitely pretty powerful at S6R5, which is, definitely understandable because you did spend quite a lot of money to build. But the question is, is she actually worth it to get S6 compared to someone like Jinshi, which we just got released? And that's honestly up to you, because if you think about it, Changli's role is a versatile role. She can be the main DPS, she can be the support DPS as well, and because of that, it's very nice to see that her outro skill is future-proof, essentially. It's going to help out the future fusion DPSs if she wants to be a sub DPS. So it's, I'm actually kind of curious, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think about whether she does have potential to be an S6R5, is it worth it? Moving on to the final team, we are going to try to use Mortefi, and the reason why we use Mortefi is because his outro skill actually boosts the heavy attack damage. And if you didn't know, the Forte circuit counts as heavy attack damage as well, which means that Mortefi theoretically should work pretty well. So, with these three teams, I'm very excited to see because we did 100... we did a lot of damage with a full team, and then with Mortefi, we could potentially see a lot more resonance skill damage, but basically the same amount of the resonance liberation. So let's see exactly how much we do. Alright, let's proc the outro skill again for reina. Alright, so now that we have Mortefi, we need to try to proc the outro skill as quickly as possible. Okay, now we have the ultimate. Let's switch out into... let's switch out into Changli. Try to build up the Forte circuit as quickly as possible. And finally, we have the last proc. Oh my goodness. I know. You want to try to kill me, but... Let's see. Okay, so let me switch to Changli. And the heavy attack damage does 108,000, with the ultimate doing 196,000 damage. And then the Forte skill does another 133,000 damage. So we can clearly see that the damage is still pretty impressive with a full team with Mortefi and reina. So again, a lot of teams are decently viable. Just wanted to quickly test this out. Okay, so let me refight this. Okay, there we go. And then let's get the Forte circuit one more time. Before I do that, let me fully proc reina's abilities. We have the outro, we switch into Mortefi, and then we'll utilize his E ability, and then try to build out the outro as quickly as possible. That way we can actually switch over to Changli. And then now we'll see the exact amount of damage, 165,000, with the ultimate doing 270,000 damage, and it does an extra 199,000 damage with the resonance skill. So again, these two teams are perfectly viable. They're extremely good even at S0 R1. So if you have a Changli that isn't fully built with the sequences and the rank 5s, then hey, even with a Yinlin team or even a Mortefi team, hey, as a main DPS, she's perfectly viable. Alright, well that was a quick showcase, kind of showing how much damage she can actually do. If you like this type of video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. It helps me a lot, and it also motivates me to make future videos too. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.